Alright guys, BLM here, back another live stream. I just realized I don't have the thing up on my phone, so let's do that real quick. But, yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, Big Brother, which is still fucking insane for some reason. We got that, we got a whole bunch of traitors, we got Amazing Race Canada, if anyone cares, which I don't. Yeah, I probably won't be talking any Amazing Race Canada. What else is there? I started watching Survivor Quebec. So to the people interested in that, that is something I've started. I started recording my Survivor All-Star retrospective, which, fuck me, that's going to be long. I also started writing my Left Behind video. I also played Left Behind last time I streamed. Also, I finished Jedi Survivor. So, yeah, some stuff's been going on. Yeah, Big Brother, I think, has gotten to the point where I'm just like, there's so much going on that I'm just like not even bothering to pay attention to like half of it. Like, while like at this point, like I barely even look at the updates anymore. I'm like, okay, I'll watch Terran's update tomorrow morning and get like fully caught up. But yeah, there was another potential flip almost today. It seems like it's quelled, though I did see like an hour ago that Felicia is still like trying to flip it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't remember what actual episode I am on in Quebec. The thing I hate about Quebec is that there's these like recap episodes like once a week that I'm not even bothering watching those. Like these episodes that are like in studio after the season. It's like, I don't give a shit. I'm not watching it. Why is this included as part of the show? Like, this is not an episode. Like this should have been its own separate show. So I haven't been paying attention to the actual episode numbers, but I'm on... Okay, I have it up. Let's see. Who got voted out? Well, okay, I just got to... Okay, well, I forgot how you even pronounce her name. Alright, again, spoiler for Survivor Quebec. I just got to the Jahani quit. That's the point in the season I'm at. And no stream of Suri mothering. I guess so. But yeah, like, I'm at that point. So I'm still... I think there's a swap on this season. I think I did see that. So I'm still pre-swap, though they probably should be swapping soon. Jawani? Okay, that actually makes sense. But yeah, Survivor Quebec, I'm like, it's fine so far. I'm not loving it. I'm not hating either. It's like fine. Like nothing like really major has happened yet. I'm assuming that stuff is going to happen. But I feel like it's definitely a slower start than I was expecting. But I don't know. Do I overrate Jared's? Wait, Jared is overrating? Oh, do I think Jared is overrating his build? Yes, 100%. Like I think that's pretty undeniable. So yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be sad to lose Heisem also. I really enjoy Heisem on the TV show. Like he's kind of like so bad that he's good. To where, yeah, it's gonna be travesty when we lose him. And again, I was hoping that the flip would happen today. I mean, like, obviously, like, with, like, the likes of, like, Corey in the house, who, like, isn't an insane player. It's, like, obviously, like, he's not going to be on board, and, yeah, like, obviously, just, like, through thinking about it a bit more, it doesn't really make much sense to keep Heisem. Actually, I mean, I guess, really, it's, like, I mean, like, the move from Cerise's perspective, I think, is, like, pretty marginal. I don't think it really matters that much from Cerise's perspective. Though I think from, like, Jag's perspective... Actually, I don't even know that, though, because, like... But, like, I do think, like, the likes of Cameron is a pretty big threat for, like, Jag right now. To where, like, Jag and Red are, like, directly coming for, like... Or, wait, Red and Cameron are directly coming for Jag, right? While Jag is, like, coming for Cameron and Red. Am I higher in John Nez players? I don't know. I'm probably about the same. I think I'm like higher. Like I think there's like, I think I'm more impressed with Netta's DB Can 2 game on the rewatch But I'm probably like around the same on her as a player as a whole, though. Well, John, I'm probably around the same. I think I've like gone up on like certain aspects of this game and then down on other aspects to where like at the end of the day I'm like kind of around the same. Corinne is fine. Like, so I have been like keeping a confessional count along the way, and like Corinne like feels like a person that's like simply there when she's like necessary. It doesn't really feel like she's getting like she's getting like the most amount of content in the world. But and I'll say just as like I did see that someone asked like favorite character on season. Like it's Joel, right? Like I don't know if there's anyone else that's like really in consideration. And I think that's kind of the thing with me of this season so far, is that I feel like no one's like really sticking out. Like I feel like outside of Joel, it's like everyone else just feels kind of like blah. But Joel is a great character, and yeah, interesting how he does. Oh yeah, Sylvain is kind of interesting. I will say Sylvain, like so a lot of these people I'm getting these like Survivor US parallels from, and Sylvain, like my first instinct when seeing him is like, this guy kind of looks like Dan Spilo, like probably like 20 years before Dan Spilo played Survivor. So I really, yeah, this definitely feels like a younger Dan Spilo, just hopefully without the sexual assault stuff. But yeah, I mean, he's fun at points. He has like very big reactions and stuff. And then yeah, who's the other person? Oh, JJ, yeah, Jean Jr. It's like it's so funny that he's essentially wearing the exact clothing as Boston Rob. And I find that really funny. Like, he has the hat, he has like the tank top that Boss Rob wore in like Redemption Island or whatever. Is Redemption Island or All Stars? Maybe I'm thinking, or maybe it was both. He probably just wears the same shit every time. Oh, Power Rangers video came out today. It didn't do the greatest, but I'm like, it's like obviously that's what I expect. I will say I do. I am happy that my last video finally passed 1,000 views. That's something. Even though, still, like, at the end of the day, I wish I got more views, but at least I hit 1,000, so that's kind of good enough, maybe? Yeah, Challenge USA has been great. I've been enjoying this season of Challenge USA. I think this is, like, I saw Mike Bloom post this on Twitter, that he thinks this is the best season since All Stars 2. And thinks this is the best, like, modern season outside of All Stars 2. And, like, I think I mostly agree with that, especially if we're talking about, like, post-War of the Worlds 2. I think this is probably my favorite season outside of All Stars 2 up to this point. Obviously, we still have a lot to go, though. Worst player of Quebec? I think it's probably Martin. So, yeah, I have been keeping a power ranking as well. Like, essentially, I've been treating it as if it's, like, just a new Survivor season. So I've been keeping a power ranking, I've been keeping a player ranking. I'm not going to actually do videos on it because I don't care enough. But yeah, I have been keeping that stuff. And I've essentially done a power ranking like every episode, then also like one for like each cycle. Which also, I've been doing that for Big Brother this year too, where I just decided, you know, I'm just going to do a power ranking after every episode. And then also keep like the weekly one that I have been keeping normally. Like, the thing is, like, Desi, like, beat Amanda, but, like, not by that much. I mean, I feel like for Desi, it's like, she should beat Amanda by way more than that. Like, that should be just, like, a complete slaughtering, but it was kind of, like, somewhat close. Thoughts on Mazers Canada? Yeah, disappointing to lose the YouTubers, and at this point, it's like, what the fuck is this season? I really don't care about any of this season. I mean, like, Tyne can't have the win, right? If not, then at least become like the second place, like, oh, you should have won sort of people. Like, I guess it could be like Tyler and Kayleen. But still, it's like, who cares? Who cares about the season? It's so boring. I've been doing power ranks. Go on doing after tomorrow's episode. Yeah, it will be interesting. Yeah, initially I was just like, so what ended up happening is that I initially was doing it like during week 1, and then whenever like something major happened, I was changing it. But then I kind of realized like, well, then what's the point of just like constantly changing the power ranking? Why don't I just like keep all these like different power rankings I'm making for the sake of like completion, I guess. One Piece Survivor crossover. What cross? Like, have I missed something? Is there One Piece Survivor crossover? Thoughts on drag queens? I assume you mean the ones on Amazing Race Canada. They're fine. They're probably the best character left, like best characters left. But I mean, why am I not using my abilities? But again, that's not saying much. I don't like that they allowed the teams to tie, but I'm pretty sure they've done that in the past, right? But I really hate that. Oh, that's what you're referring to? Is that one that... Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, we did get 46 tribe names today. And yeah, it is the orange tribe, right? Named Nami? Or is it the purple? But if it is the orange tribe, that's even funnier. Thoughts on Mimi's position? She's in a weird position at this point, where like she's not trusted by the majority, but she's not like being targeted by them either. And like she was just in, like, didn't they just make a new alliance, like a 6-person alliance that she's involved in? So it's like she's kind of like back in it in the sense that she's like not like in direct danger anytime soon, but she's also just like not doing anything though. Farwin AFP, like obviously I think you have to say Suri, but like I think there's a world where like Corey, or I feel like there's another one. Maybe not. Maybe it's just Corey. I could pass her, but I think it probably will just be Suri. But then again, Suri's probably gonna win, so will they want to give her AFP at that point? Where obviously we saw Taylor win last season, but I still stand by. I think it's like by a case-by-case basis on if they give the winner AFP or not, if they win the poll. Is Suri responsible for Jared's behavior? No. But we don't fully know if Suri also believes those things. But at the end of the day, I mean, like, he's 25 years old. It's not like he's fucking, like, 15 or something. And even then, I mean, even then, like, there's idiotic teenagers, obviously. But still, it's like, it's enough, like, time removed to where it's not like every little thing he, like, all the opinions he has, like, directly come from his parents. Yeah, this has been a great season so far, BB25. I think this is, so far, a season that could be in the running for, like, a top 5 season or something by the end of it.
We're coming.
And, like, really, like, to be fair, like, BB10 isn't really that solidified as, like, my favorite season, where, like, there's a world where this can beat it. I don't think it actually will, especially considering the TV show is still bad. By the way, dude, also, like, I do find it really funny how, like, why is it, like, this season, the season where, like, people that watch Survivor are, like, starting to watch Big Brother now because of Suri and everything, that they decide to, like, really up the, like, really embarrassing, like, things like the snot and the chicken stuff and everything, like, them having to flap their arms when they're like sitting on top of the thing waiting for the egg to like release. Like, that's so stupid. Like, what are we doing? Like, what is this show? Like, this is what this is what makes it embarrassing to talk about, like, when I talk about like being a Big Brother fan. It's like, what are we doing with this show at this point? Yeah, that's the thing, is that that's the reason why I am saying that, like, I don't know if it'll be the best season, because like I do feel like it's a season that, like, it's not very, like, rewatchable season, it doesn't seem like. I feel like it's the type of season that you kind of have to be there for the feeds and everything to really enjoy it, because the show is just simply not good enough. I don't think Blue's in that much danger. Like, there's routes where she goes home, but I don't think she's, like, in immediate danger, where I think Jag is definitely the target over her. I mean, I would just like not even bother doing it, do the flapping. It's like fuck that. Especially because like all of them were like so half-assed, like doing it half-assedly by the end of it anyway. So, hop on snake in the grass. I mean, like that took a while. It's only like one episode, like in terms of the like important episodes. I mean, like I guess 2 episodes really, or like 3 if you want to watch Trish. Which I didn't even watch that episode. But yeah, Stephanie was terrible. Yeah, who are your picks again? Jag, I remember. Oh, yeah, Heisa. Yeah, you have a pretty bad draft team at this point. See, I think the issue is, too, at this point, I think, like, Suri is, like, by far the front runner, right? Like, I think we've gotten to the point where, like, despite her playing, like, really sloppily this week, like, I think this week has, like, really solidified her stranglehold on the game. To where, like, I just don't really see a path for Suri to not make, like, the very, very end of the game at this point. Like, she's kind of in the, like, Tyler, like, style position. To where, like, it just feels like such a foregone conclusion that she's going to make it to the very end. And it's just a question now, is like, okay, is someone going to cut her towards the end? But it just feels like, and like the fact that she has Jared there obviously and stuff, it's like it just feels like this is like looking pretty likely for a Suri win, even though we're like so early on. I don't think, like, so this is the thing. Okay, someone asked about the stopwatch earlier too. Like, I don't get why the stopwatch is so low on Izzy. Like, I get that, okay, yeah, she's playing to essentially get the final 3 with Jared and Suri. And that, yeah, she's making some moves that are not in her best interest, and, there was another point I was going to say, but anyway, it's like, I get that, but she's also, like, in the center of the house alongside Suri. And yes, if Suri and Izzy get targeted, they are going to take out Izzy instead of Suri, but she's still in that, like, really, really strong position, where, like, no one is directly coming for Izzy right now. Like, so, like, for them to give, like, Izzy threes is pretty ridiculous to me. Like, I really, like, don't understand why Izzy is, like, so low on the stopwatch. Like, Izzy is at the same level as, like, Blue. And let's see, who else? But still, it feels like Izzy's, like, just way too low on the stopwatch to me. But Jared's not actually going to take her out, though, is he? Like, that's not actually going to happen. Like, when he talks about targets, he's not actually talking about targeting Izzy right now. That, and also he's not going to win I mean, I guess he shouldn't win HOH. But yeah, like, I mean, like, Izzy's the same level as Bowie. Like, that's the thing. Izzy's at the same level as... oh, no, I guess Izzy went up to a 4. But either way, like... Still, like, Taryn gave her a 3, though, right? So it's, like, still, same level as, like, a Blue. Actually, I believe he gave Blue a higher rating than Izzy. Same level as Cameron. It's, like, I really feel like that's really misguided. But, whatever. Corey's a failed versus Timo's. Like, potentially? But not really due to anything he's, like... Or, I guess, not due to him doing that much wrong. It seems like it's largely due to, well, one, the people around him aren't as, like, stable is one thing, but then also I think the Jared-Suri connection is obviously playing a major factor into his game that he just doesn't recognize. Which, again, there's no real reason why he would recognize that. Only cats Bowie because he's Australian. That and she's a DJ. I think that's also a factor. And I love how I missed that. I think for the most part, Taryn has a very good view. I do feel like on this season, I think he is largely skewed by Suri, though. With him seeming to, like, kind of excuse a lot of things because of Suri. Because it is Suri doing it. Which, like, I can get it. But, and, like, I still feel like I'm very supportive of Suri's game as a whole. Like, I feel like I'm definitely higher on Suri than some of these people that are like, Suri's actually a bad player and everything. I think that's fucking stupid. But yeah, I do feel like he's like giving her a bit too much credit. And I was listening to the recap, the podcast of Shannon Gus, which I haven't even finished that yet. But like I feel like Shannon was also giving Suri like a lot of credit in that podcast as well. And we're so far out to know who wins in America Izzy Final 2. Like, we're literally at what? We're at Final 14 or something? No, wait, 13 or 14? Yeah, 14, right? Did you start 17? No, I think like 8 is perfectly right for Suri. I think that's what I would give her right now. I think the fact that Melissa and Chantel gave her 9s, I think is kind of ridiculous. I actually think like Taryn was like ridiculous for giving her a 9 in like week 1 or whatever it was. Like, to me, Suri has always been an 8 this season. I don't think she's really gone above that, especially due to like a lot of her play being seemingly suboptimal. Now again, I think she's able to recover from that pretty well because like she's just so good socially to where essentially like due to, and like Taryn explained this pretty well, to where like it's like the move she's making like shouldn't work, but she's so good socially to where she's able to like mold the like chess pieces in a way to where like it makes it work for her. And I feel like that is probably like, I think the difference between 8 and 9 is optimal play. Like I think her position is like enough to give her an 8, but I think like her play isn't as optimal as I want it to be to give her a 9. I think Suri's definitely in top 10 contention. Okay, cool, I died. I was not looking at the screen. But yeah, I think she's definitely in top 10 contention. If she wins, she's like for sure top 10, I feel like. Like if she wins, like, I mean, she's probably at, like at least number 5. Oh, you know, unless it goes like really sour mid game. Like I feel like if she wins this season, like she's probably above Dr. Will for me. Where I think she's kind of in that like tier of like where like Andy is. I think she's like if she wins, she's essentially like a Vanessa style player that won. Though if she loses, then I think she will also be like around where Vanessa is, which to be fair, Vanessa's at number 11. So it's like she might even still crack top 10 in that position. I'm not gonna do a video on Amazing Race Philippines. Is it in English? I doubt it, right? But either way, I still definitely won't do it. Amazing Race Canada 9's in debate for worst Amazing Race season. I don't know. Is it that bad? Maybe. It's just straight up boring. But like, I don't know if it's like the thing with like AU6 is that it's boring and it's long, and like that's the issue with that. I guess maybe, yeah, maybe it is in the conversation though. Favorite house guest? Probably Corey. Like, I think he's the most, like, fun. Corey and America, I think, are probably the two. Cool, I'm just being an idiot. What the fuck? Okay, cool. It is in English? Okay. I'm not gonna do a video on it either way, but, like, maybe I'll watch it, though. Is it this year, or is this, like, an old season? Let's see. Amazing Race Philippines. Looks like it's old, right? Yeah, okay, it's old. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I more likely won't do a video on it, considering like I don't care enough at this point. If I knew about it at the time that I did the Asian China Rush videos, I probably would have tried to watch it, but yeah, at this point, I don't really care. If gonorrhea? Well, that's not good. You should probably try to not have gonorrhea. Do I think Melissa and Chantal have good views on the game? Not, like, I mean, Melissa's, like, kind of, like, borderline. Where it's, like, I still think she, like, kind of misses like certain angles of the game, but yeah, I think like still like solid enough to be on like the round table at least. And then Chantal, I think, is like an interesting one where like I think she does for the most part have a good read on the game. I do think she still has this like level of like favoritism towards certain people, but I think she tries to stay like pretty balanced. At least like definitely more so than like the likes of like Amari or like in Asia, who I think have like gone fully into like really propping up their favorites. Actually, too, I think Mari's like actually kind of like done the opposite. Like I think Mari started off that way and then is now kind of like trying to reel it in a bit and be like a bit more strategically minded. While I feel like Asia's like gone the opposite route in like not caring as much about the strategy.
There you are. I didn't know there'd be a dragon.
Who's better, Suri or Tyler? I mean, as of right now, Tyler, but we'll have to see how this game plays out.
What now?
To be fair, though, I think Suri's probably had the game on lock. Like, again, if she does have the game on lock moving forward, like, she's had the game on lock since essentially like, halfway through week 1. But also, to be fair, she had the benefit of Jared. Which is part of the reason why she had the game unlocked that early on. Mass Effect Squad member ranking makes you want to do a KOTOR party member ranking? Well, go ahead. Should be fun. I just thought of a new video that I kind of want to do, but I don't know if I'm going to do it. But it's talking about the best... Like, I saw a post on Twitter the other day, which is the reason why I kind of want to do it. But it's essentially just, like, talking about the best game for every letter of the alphabet. To where I kind of made a draft list of that. And, like, it doesn't, like, fully work out. Just because, like, I haven't played, like, enough games that start with X or Z. But I think that would be a fun video. Could Corey start a revolution against Suri? Probably not. I think he's already losing a lot of runway right now. Like, the problem is that Suri's just so well connected in the house to where, like, whenever you talk to someone, you have to, like, assume that information will come back to Suri because, like, everyone is just, like, interconnected in that way. And, yeah, I don't really get the sense that Corey is going to have the potential to, like, actually flip the game against Suri, but you never know. Would Suri be in this position without Jared? That is a question. Not sure. The thing is, I think Suri, even before the Jared of it all, was doing very good work at, like, building bonds on the other side. I don't know if she would have had the ammunition to solidify the, like, professor side of things like she did. However, I do think, like, ever since, like, probably, like, midway through week 2, I think she's more so been, like, harmed, if anything, from Jared being there. Where, like, I don't think Jared's, like, that beneficial to her game outside of obviously being, like, a loyal number that I'll never get rid of her, which is obviously very beneficial. But in terms of, like, positioning-wise in the game, I don't think Jared's been that beneficial to her game since week 1, really. But, yeah, I don't know if she would have been able to, like, solidify things as much in week 1 if it wasn't for the information that she got from Jared. But I think she was already on that path. But I do think it probably would have taken her a bit longer to get that group fully together, which if it does... I'm too fair, though. Like, Kirsten was such the easy boot that week anyway, and it's like, by the time week 2, Heisen wins HOH, and it's like, by that point, you would think they would solidify things anyway, but still, it's like, obviously, we'll never, like, really know, but either way, it is obviously a great benefit to have Jared in the game for her. Philippines 2 is insane. Well, that should be interesting then. Don't know if I'll watch it. I have not played Xenoblade.
What do we do now then?
Zoo Tycoon I played, like, I think, like, for a very small amount of time at one point in my life, but, like, not enough to put on the proper list.
The Imperials and the Dalmex will move in. This may be our only chance.
Yeah, like, the only game that starts with an X that I've played is 13. The game that's, like, spelled Xiii or whatever. Which, like, that doesn't even really count. And then with Z, the only game I've played is Zathura. Like, the PS2 Xbox, like, tie-in game to the movie Zathura, which is not that good. So yeah, that's
I won't be giving it away
like
for free.
not good for that video.
Forgive us if I did.
Jared's so ick. I agree. Don't love a lot of what Jared's been doing. In terms of the comments he's been making and everything, and then even then, like the entire relationship between him and Blue is just also very strange to me. I really don't like it.
Just let me get my stuff out.
Delta Traders NZ. I'm trying to remember where we left off, but I'm liking it now. Again, I thought week 1 was like on the slower side of things for me. I didn't love week 1. I didn't hate it, but I was just like, it's fine. But yeah, I've been really enjoying the oh fuck me, the last couple weeks worth of episodes. I think it definitely is bringing this like different dynamic to have like the trader, again, spoiler for Traders NZ, but like the traders being taken out like really early on, or like be on like like be down early on, I should say. But they've kind of been in this position where like they're kind of a bit more on top, but even then, like there's like a lot of people like picking up on like signs of them, right? So either way, I think it's interesting with NZ. AU, I think pretty much played out like I expected it to. Where I did mention this last stream, that I think like, okay, Ash is going to be taken out first because of Sam, but then after that, Sam's going to be this big target. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing. While he didn't go immediately afterwards, like I'm expecting Sam to go home next episode. But still, I thought that was fun too. I think I'm actually in the ballpark of I think I actually like NZ more than AU at this point though, which is interesting. But I think they're both good though.
It's past time. But remember, Bahamut is still out there.
If America wins HOH, she might put up Suri. Could. I don't think she could even get Suri out even if she wanted to, though. And even then, I don't really have much faith in her actually going for Suri. I think she'll probably just go for, like, Cameron Red or something. But, yeah, she's probably the person that's the most likely. I mean, like, America's the only person Suri doesn't have any alliance with. Which is why I mentioned, like, this week, like, before they backdoored Heisem. Now, if they were going to change the plan, like, the move is to take out America.
It's already turned them. Then there's no reason to hold back.
Yeah, I think NZ, like, you could definitely tell that they've at least watched, like, some of the other versions. Oh yeah, I forgot. That was also a point that I never mentioned about what makes NZ like as interesting as it is. That I think I forgot to mention last stream is the fact that like they almost all of them know each other too. Like a lot of these people are like friends on the outside world, which initially was like a downside for me because I was like, well, I don't know these people's connections. That just makes it kind of weird. But I think like now that I've gotten a bit more into it, I think it actually adds like really interesting dynamic to the show, and the fact that like these people like know each other better, and through that can like see like each other's tells. So yeah, I actually like kind of like that aspect of it at this point. And I think if it was like with the US version, where like I'm assuming I'm going to know more of these people, if that was the case with the US version, I actually think that would be really interesting. Can't think of a game that starts with O. What did I have on my list? Well, so like The Outer Worlds is on there. So again, with games that have the on it, I don't include the. Yeah, The Outer Worlds I remember is on it. Oxenfree is also a game I've played. What else is there? Where did I put the list? There it is. Okami is a game, or 1886. That's a game I played. I think my pick would probably be Outer Worlds, but I don't even love the Outer Worlds. I love I've only played one game with starting with a Q though. It's The Quarry. So I guess that's my instant pick for that if I were to do the video. Is 3 better than Paul? Again, like we'll have to see. Like I think we're just like way too early on to actually do these direct comparisons, especially to these like non-winning players. Because I think like we can like kind of assume that okay, if Sheree ends up winning the game from this position, then I think we can kind of like get a sense of okay where she would be there. But I think in terms of like her not winning the game, at that point like I think there's just like so much in flux that we don't really know still. Is he a more insane version of Brittany Hoops? Pretty much, yeah. It's a good comparison. Started a Challenge All-Stars 1 rewatch. Why? To be fair, I actually probably should rewatch it for whenever I do the spin-off rankings. But I don't really have much of a real interest in doing so. I think Puya, for the most part, has a very good view of the game. Again, I think like it's like there's a little bit of favoritism added there, but I think for the most part tries to keep it pretty balanced. Rob, I don't think cares about Big Brother. To like I don't think he like properly cares about the Big Brother game anymore. So he kind of like leaves that for like the guest and Taryn, obviously. So where, like, whenever like Rob is on podcasts, he very rarely talks about like actual like strategy. He's more so like talking about like all the like wacky stuff that's happening. I've never played Ori. That's why I didn't mention that. I only mentioned games that I've played. I thought Gamescom was fun. I thought it was okay for what it is. Like, considering it's usually shit, I thought it was actually like decent. Obviously, like not many like big reveals, but we kind of knew that coming into it. It really was like just them showing us like a lot of things we already knew about. But I thought it was a decent enough event. Not really like a lot like for me. But yeah, I thought it was fine for what it is. I don't know. We could do draft. I don't know. I'm not like dying to do any at this point. I think we've kind of run through a lot of like the drafts that I wanted to do. But I'm not like opposed to starting one at some point. Mind you, I do want to finish this game at some point too. That is something. We've been playing this for what, 6 streams now. I would like to keep the pace of like finishing this within like 2 more streams, I think. Yeah, Little Nightmares 3. I think that was the only like reveal, right? But yeah, it's fine. I mean, like I enjoyed the first 2. I'm not like dying for a 3rd one, but it should be fun. Like, they're very well made, like 2.5D platformers. Here we go. We got the Bahamut fights. I think Chappelle's another one that I don't think Chappelle tries.
Keeping Bahamut occupied.
Like, if I were to actually assess Chappelle, then like I would say like no, because like obviously like he fully plays into like the favoritism and everything, but like I think that's kind of his shtick though. Amon I think tries, but still has like a lot of favoritism being added to his like opinions of things. But still, I think like he's like, again, he's at least trying. Yeah, that's what like Chappelle gave Suri a 10, so I mean, yeah. Drafting RHGP members. How many are there? There probably are enough if I really wanted to, but I probably won't. Yeah, it's already been 6 streams. Oh no, wait. Yeah, this is the 6th stream. Yeah. Which the goal was to have this done in 8. We are still on pace, though. Like I feel like if we do like too many drafts, we probably won't be anymore. But again, I wouldn't be opposed to at least one tonight. I think Kirsten, for the most part, like from a gameplay perspective, is pretty balanced. But I think is like still like willing to like bash on the people she doesn't like as well. Has Kirsten ever been on the round table? I just realized that. I don't think Kirsten's ever been on the round table, has she? At least I don't remember her being on.
I'm here, brother.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Like, she's not on that often.
Joshua.
But I think, like, Kirsten's also, like, not in this position to talk about the game that much, to where, like, I think she, like, largely, like, talks more so about, like, the bigger, like, moments and stuff like that, to where, like she's usually on, like, episode recaps. So we're like on episode recaps, you're not really talking about the game that much. However, I think like in moments where she does talk about the game, she does keep it mostly balanced. Though, like with her like openly admitting to like certain favoritisms and stuff. But Alliance Leaders draft, what's it even look like? By the way, how's the Bahamut fight not started yet? I really thought we were at the start of it already. Yeah, Amon might have given Taylor a 10. I don't remember. Oh yeah, actually that did happen, didn't it? Yeah. Wasn't that week 1? They gave Taylor a 10 or something like that. So yeah, definitely has a lot of favoritism to it. I personally like Kirsten for the most part. I think there are points where she just got on a bit of a high horse. Okay, where the fuck am I going? Here. But for the most part, I like Kirsten on the podcast. Yeah, 23 years since the Borneo finale. That is the thing. It's really reminded me that, fuck, I need to redo my Borneo retrospective at some point. Though, I don't know when the fuck that'll be. Probably won't be for a while. I mean, like, I know it won't be for a while. Like, I mean, like, really, if I ever do it, it'll be after, like, Winter's at War or something. Which is, like, 15 years away or whatever the fuck it is. That's, yeah, not happening. Oh yeah, I'm not like bashing on like the RTV podcasters like as podcasters. I'm just talking about like them as like their assessment of the game. But I think like as podcasters, yeah, I think there's obviously a lot of merit to not having all these like game bots on there. And really, I think like Terran takes up like enough of that on his own. Friend was born the same day as the Borneo finale aired. Well, that's something. We have what's One Piece images? Let's see. I did see. Well, I didn't like actually watch through all of it, but I did like watch a little bit of that. That like I don't even know what it was. It was like a I don't know 5-6 minute video or something like that. They posted the other day. Dude, it's gonna be so surreal watching this. Like seeing everything in live action. Yeah, it just looks so weird, dude. I do still plan on doing a video on it. Actually, yeah, the show comes out in like, what, a week? Not even a week, right? No, actually, no, it is more than a week. Either way, but like, it comes out very soon. It's like a week from tomorrow, right? But yeah, the plan is to do a video on it. Should you rewatch every Power Ranger season? No, you shouldn't. I don't think anyone really should. It's funny, I think Heiston would stay loyal to Suri if he stays. I think so too, to be honest. But like at this point, I think it's like, is it worth like going like that far out of your way, especially from Suri's perspective, to go and save him, and like still have the potential risk of him not being with you? Mind you, I do think Cameron is a threat for down the road, right? Like Cameron and Red have both talked about how like Suri is a threat towards the end of the game, and they're gonna get rid of her at some point. But like they're still not planning on it like anytime soon.
Where's the council chambers? How are they still standing?
I haven't watched Gumball's video. How many people is that? That's not even that many people, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. And Liana's not on here. You can add her.
He'll be all right, Clive.
There's definitely a lot of people
He's
missing,
a
right?
survivor.
Anyway. Should do a draft with everyone who competed in the draft. Sniped in Split House. I mean, I guess there's like a chance. It's just a matter of but like more than likely Split House will be what, Final 10, Final 12 or so. Yeah, it's like by the time we get to that point in the game, are there even scenarios for her to be taken out?
Neither do I.
Especially when it's like that relatively early on in the game. I think I've only listened to Dan Heaton on like one podcast my entire life. And I've been listening to RGP for what, like 10 years now? How long do I think Pressure Cooker will last? Probably like, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours. I don't think it'll go nearly as long as it did last time, obviously. Like, to be fair, I don't think they would allow it to go as long as it did last time. Where I think 100% they're going to be adding in shit to... Like, I think, like, really, I would not be surprised if they completely, like, just miss the point of it being, the, like, what makes the Pressure Cooker good. And, like, add a whole bunch of shit that makes it, like, harder. That kind of, like, nullifies the entire point of it. But, like, the point of the Pressure Cooker is that it's a competition that, like, is essentially just a battle of wills of, like, how much do you want it. Where it's, like, by adding in, like, anything outside of that, you're essentially, like, nullifying the entire point of the Pressure Cooker. And 100% I think they're going to do that. Oh yeah, Shan Gus wasn't on there. Dude, I feel like that list was like a lot of just the Big Brother side of things, right? Play ranking was Suri, Corey. Alright, let's see. Suri, Corey, Matt. Matt's too high, I think. I mean, they give my power ranking right now. Let's see. What was my power ranking? Yeah, my power ranking right now, I have Sri 1, Jared 2. Not because of how well he's playing, but more so because of his position in the game. Felicia 3, Corey 4, Izzy 5, Matt 6, Bowie 7, Nicole 8, Blue 9, Jag 10, America 11, Red 12, Hyacinth... Well, I forgot about this. I made this, like, before... Okay, I guess I should switch this, then. But, because Hyacinth should be on the bottom now. But I made this, like, when the flip was happening. It'll be... Yeah, Red, Cameron, Hyacinth. I can even see the argument for flipping Cameron and Red, considering it does seem like Red is probably the bigger target in their mind over Cameron. Like, Bowie's that high because it's like everyone else below her is like a massive target. Where like Bowie, like, again, isn't being targeted. So at least there's that. Like, really, this is a list more so based on position than it is on like actual active gameplay. Bowie's not winning. I think I would be mind blown if Bowie wins this season. I don't really think there is a way for Bowie to win this season. Like, I think at this current point, I think Bowie's the least likely to win a jury vote again.
I don't want to know what that is. We have to end this right.
Lewis didn't really have much to do on the show. For one, Amanda was great though. Amanda was great TV, as you would expect her to be. But Lewis is still a likable guy though. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him like on USA 3 or something. But also, I don't need it either though. Yeah, but the thing is, again, like, no one's coming for Bowie, though. Like, even, when was this? Yesterday or 2 days ago? Like, Suri, like, talked about her endgame plans. And, like, Bowie was in her, like, final 5 or whatever. So it was her, Jared, Izzy, 3, and then it was, like, Felicia and Bowie, right? Were, like, planned final 5. Survivor Dark Era player draft? That could be interesting. How many players is that? I mean, that would take a while, but yeah, it could be fun. It's what, 20, 18, 18, 18? So, it would be, what, 76 people? Was it Izzy? Okay. It was one of the people's. Which, to be fair, like, Izzy and Suri are essentially working in lockstep. Or, like, has there been a point so far where, like, what Izzy wanted isn't also what Suri wanted? Yeah, I think Lewis is much better for the Amazing Race than the challenge. I think it's the thing.
Enough.
But again, he was like pretty affable on this season, but again, still like didn't really have much to do. Trazan Z, I'm watching it from the RGP Patreon group. The like links that they post. Yeah, I just, like I haven't seen it on like Down Under. So I assume it's like harder to find.
Right now, there's only one thing we need to focus
So
on.
I feel like if I really, really wanted to look for it, I probably could find it. I'm not allowed to send the link for Trader's NC. At least the stuff that's on the RGB Patreon. Was like first juror. Alright, well, where we're at 14. Heisem goes this week. Probably what, Cameron, then Jag, I would guess, would be like the next couple boots. Or Red or Jag, one that like I think they'll probably like take off one piece from each side. That'll be 13 and 12, so it'll be the boot after that. I could see someone like Cameron being the first juror.
We might be able to get up
America, I think, is also like in the running there. Yeah, I think those are probably the most likely candidates.
Quiet. There's someone up there.
Getting it from Trader's Archive subreddit. Well, that's something. Yeah, you probably could find them through the Trader's subreddits. I didn't even think about that.
Mother,
It's you.
what
Oh,
happened?
here we go for a really long
He
cutscene.
tried to take him from me.
Colt's mostly gone. Yeah, I still have bad allergies though. Where like I wake up in the morning with like a sore throat every morning, which is annoying.
Is this the
Then like
child
it disappears
you made
like
the Emperor?
an hour or so later.
Why? Mother,
But yeah,
why
that's the
did you
thing.
betray us all?
You have no right.
Corey's bad at keeping his close allies out of danger. Kind of.
Answer him.
Like I think the problem is that he just
Show some respect
doesn't
for those
have
who raised you.
like enough social capital in the game, especially when like Suri just has so much.
Honorable Elwyn, always thinking of his precious homeland. But
Yeah,
what
yeah, that was the like the round table there for the first episode of Traders this week. Like that was great. Like the back and forth between Sam and Ash.
His duty is not to protect his people. It is to protect the
Like that
source
was
of his
pretty great
sovereignty.
TV.
The noble
I think that's
blood
probably
runs
like
in his
probably the
family's
best
veins.
round
So long
table
as this bloodline remains unbroken,
in
what does it matter if
all of the
nation
Traders,
falls?
probably.
One can always found another. Unlike him, I did my duty.
Stumble
I
upon
preserved
Daniel
my
Durston's
life.
YouTube
I bore a
channel.
son
Well,
of
that's
the noblest
something.
blood, to whom the whole world
I
might
like I knew he
kneel.
had
That is why I
one
gave
like a
Rosa
while
the
ago. I didn't know he
Witcher
was still
that I
doing
might
it. Let's
join
see.
my lives
What is
with the
Daniel
Sergeant
Durston
and
doing
the savior of
nowadays?
this benighted land, blessed by both Bahamut and the Phoenix.
I have more subs than Daniel Durston.
Sold
Thank
your
God.
country for a child.
Why did he need
Is it literally? Yeah, it's just he has a podcast with
You had
Terrence.
nothing.
That's really what it is.
You were always your father's son, so very strong and bold and daring.
Yep,
and yet you
that's
failed to
kind of
awaken.
weird.
Would the Joshua have been granted a tenth of your strength?
I love how 3 weeks ago he posted my official Big Brother
The
apology.
nobles laughed that Elwyn's
That's
firstborn
something.
was surely the son of a concubine, and my own, not long for this world. The shame of it. The shame of being slandered by one.
I love how he also like just put up the clip of Luke saying the N-word. So he's really hoping for views,
Why
isn't he?
didn't the Phoenix choose you?
Joshua's every waking moment was spent trying to shoulder the burden of you and the Phoenix and the duchy foisted on him.
What is this
That's
list?
why I became his shield.
Oh, a twist list?
To help bear the weight.
I don't feel like
But
Twist is
what
that
did
interesting.
You do? You betrayed your own blood and
He's like,
surrendered
I feel
your
like that was
son
like one
to
of the
his
least
fate.
interesting draft podcasts that they did on
My darling
like
boy.
RGP. Was the Twist one?
I never meant to hurt him. The soldiers ordered
Yeah, I knew
me.
about Jason Guy and
He
Hannah
was to
Chada.
respond.
They like that's just the Secret
Why
Alliance
did you
podcast, right?
survive?
The one that he started with Danielle, but then Danielle left, and I think Rachel did it for a season, but then like ever since 23, or ever since like after 23, it's been
Have you
Hannah.
not looked out of the window?
It's just his apology video. Yeah, I think I'm
Joshua
good.
is here. The Phoenix lives on. He's battling Bahamut as we speak.
Yeah, about to take down the RGP, I'm sure they are. I already talked about AU and NZ at the beginning of stream. But, yeah, I think NZ continues to be good. Yeah, just feels unique at this point. I do feel like there's like a lot of like different, like a different approach. Like the fact that like again these are all people that know each other. The fact that the traders themselves seem to be like, I don't even remember what was the phrase. Like they're not doing that well. Essentially, I think is also interesting. Mind you, I will say I do think like. I think these last few episodes have kind of confirmed to me that, yeah, it's more so that the traders were bad than the faithfuls were good. But I think really the faithfuls here are like a lot of the same. That essentially like they do know the meta of the show, and that is something that has factored into this, which really I think will be part of the show just moving forward. But I forgot what I was gonna say. I love. I just got like entranced by the cutscene. But yeah, I mean, it's been good. Top comment was, "What's it feel like to be filled with so much hate?" I can see that. Yeah, Winter Circle's a thing. I haven't listened to anything about RGP, and I'm even like super far behind on our RGP podcast. To where I still have this. I need to listen to Slop. I heard it was really good this week, but I haven't listened to it yet. Dan's so screwed. Yeah, I think Dan's... I think really... I would not be surprised if Brooke's taken out relatively soon, too. Like, I just think this is a season where... By the way, also, really stupid. That I love how, like, fucking Matt does the thing of, like, okay, I'm gonna make a joke vote to make it seem like I'm not a traitor. And then Brooke literally does the exact same thing, like, the episode after he sees Matt go home. It's like, why are you doing this? Like, you literally saw what happened to Matt. But whatever. Why don't I do the Trader's Dreamcast video? Because I don't have enough time on the schedule to do it. And also, I don't really care enough to do it right now. By the way, we probably should be getting a USA 2 cast pretty soon. Considering I believe they are filming pretty soon. By the way, also, we're also kind of close to the official cast release of 45, you would think, right? That's probably next week, if I were to guess. Yeah, because next week will be a month away from the season, so... Yeah, we're probably getting a cast next week, so that's okay. Any schedule changes? Not really. Yeah, I haven't really even touched the schedule, because I've just been working on these, like, retrospectives and stuff. I probably will change some things for, like, the first half of next year, when I, like, get around to working beyond just these retrospectives I'm currently working on, but... in terms of like short term, no, everything's still the same. Dan Giesling was the 18th house guest, so we will stop serene. Not at this point, right? It's like I'm entering like what 4 weeks late. Yeah, there's no way. Oh yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was a really interesting move to bring in Robbie as a traitor at the point where you knew that Robbie was going to be the next boot. So through that, when she goes home, like you can make everyone believe that she was a traitor the entire time. Yeah, I think that was a pretty good move. Though I also feel like if people are intuitive enough, they would also think that because they know someone was recruited, they'd be thinking that that person recruited is probably Robbie, and they're trying to throw us off the scent. But yeah, I thought it was an interesting move for sure, though. Reality TV draft, probably, I don't know, probably not. It matters how like deep you go into it. If we're going to like shows that only had like one season or something, I think you could potentially put that list together. But like even for like my banner, how many shows are on there? It's only like 24 or something. So I don't know. She's medically evacuated. I mean, she's not going to be though, is she? Thumbnails for Winter Circle is just them intensely looking into the camera. I've never paid attention. I've only listened to one Winner Circle podcast in my entire life, and that was the I don't remember what podcast that was. Was it the finale podcast of 24? I remember Xavier was on. I think that's what it was. It was like the finale podcast for 24. No, I don't think Corey's locked for endgame at all. I actually think Corey's like pretty locked for like mid-game boot as of right now. Like I think Corey feels like final like 7, final 8 sort of boot. I'm about to definitely get injured. Corey's definitely not endgame. Like I think there's no chance 3 actually wants to go to the like very end of the game with Corey. Like, I did find it interesting that Annabelle, like, seemed to have recognized, like, based on the preview for next episode of AU, that she seems to recognize that both, like, obviously Sam being a traitor, that's kind of obvious at this point, but, like, the fact that she recognized that Blake was a traitor as well is interesting.
Shit.
But yeah, it does seem like they're kind of screwed, but we'll see how that goes.
Don't do this.
I don't think Nicole will be one of the next boots, but I think she's kind of in that Corey trajectory of being like mid-game sort of boot. Yeah, Tiffany is on the Winner Circle podcast a lot, right? Pretty sure that's a thing. Which again, it's weird that Tiffany's like super close to Derek and Cody of all people. What, the first we play an idol? What, like as a video? That's just too much to play, I feel like to play out. Watch the Winner Circle podcast that include Jeff and Jordan. I didn't even know they did a podcast with Jeff and Jordan. Oh my god, what's the fucking button to shoot? Triangle. Okay, that's great. Oh my god, this is like so hard to do when I'm like trying to look at chat as well. So you have to like control both things at once. It's like I do not see that comparison at all from BB24 to Survivor All-Stars. I think it's like radically different. Like essentially like part of it is like I think I can see part of it, but I don't think like I think All-Stars does it like double the amount though. Because I could see that, okay. Actually, I just realized, I'm not even control. I'm looking at the wrong thing. That's part of the reason. I'm, like, looking at fucking Bahama as me. Where, like, I think the problem for me with All-Stars goes even beyond just the, like, ickiness of things on the season. It also goes to just how miserable everyone is on the season. And how, how much like Buster Rob essentially comes out there just to like embarrass people, and that seems to be his entire motive throughout the season. Like to me, it's like, and I talk about this in the All-Star video, which will come out eventually. And by the way, I've recorded around half of it at this point, not even half of it, but I've recorded up to the Sue quit, which is already 3 hours of audio, which is very worrying. To where I would not be surprised if by the time I edit the video and everything, it ends up being longer in my 44 review, but we'll see. Dude, I fucking hate this section. It's like, it's tough to pay attention. Yeah, I definitely noticed that with NZ, that, yeah, the cast is definitely on the older side of things. What if Kimbo Slice and Carrie Fajan were on Survivor? Yeah, that could be a video. I wonder what would have happened in those scenarios. Imagine them taking the spot of like Stephanie and Bobby John on Guatemala. What would have happened? Tiffany or Nicole? Nicole. Wait, are we talking about Nicole Franzel? And Tiffany Mitchell? Like, Nicole by a lot.
Where is he going?
Like, I already talked about this, but like, on my current BBUS player ranking, the one that's I'm gonna make, that's gonna be released in February. Like, as of right now, I have Nicole number 6 at this point. I moved Nicole up quite a bit. Well, like, Tiffany's at, like, number 15 or something. Thoughts on Ben and Anwar? They're fucking boring. I have nothing to say about them. They exist. They're on the show, kind of. They weren't even on the show until, like, last episode. And now they're on the show. Dude, this boss battle sucks. Like, I love, like, the actual fights are cool, but, like, the fucking Phoenix section, though, is, like, really, like, just kind of dull. Yeah, I think All-Stars is an all-time worst season for Survivor. Like, at this point, I'm pretty secure All-Stars is going to be third from worst on my season ranking for Survivor. I think the only seasons that I think are probably better than it are Australia and Thailand. And even then, I think I can make the argument for it being the worst season. Like, I just think it's a season largely void of fun. Like, I don't think there's, like, a single, like, truly fun moment the entire season. Outside of Rupert's Shelter. And even then, that wasn't as fun as I remembered. Yeah, I have Nicole at 6 currently on my ranking of every Big Brother player. Which, again, I haven't, like, fully solidified the list. I won't do that until after the season's done, but I would be surprised if she doesn't, like, stay within the top, like, 8 or so. Is Samoa the season of the most purple players in one season? Probably, but I don't know for sure. I would say that or South Pacific. I know has a lot. Like, South Pacific has, like, Keith, Whitney, it has Rick. Is there another one? But anyway, I know that has, like, a decent chunk. Rich's reaction to be blown out is, like, kind of just a nothing moment. Like, it's like, okay, I've been bamboozled. It's like, okay, yeah, that's kind of funny. But it's not that big of a moment. Okay, I'm gonna die. Cool. Yeah, it's not that great. I think Ty and Kat are going to win. If not, then Tyler and Kayleen. If not Tyler and Kayleen, then probably Devin and Amanda. But I think those are the 3 that have any shot. Like, I'll be mind blown if Ben and Awar win, like, after just being, like, being nothing on the show until just now. And then, who's the other one? I don't even remember their names, the drag queens. But, like, I think they're next boots, right? Like, I'll be surprised if they even make it out of this next leg. I forgot, I'm supposed to shoot these, right? Oh yeah, Lise. Yeah, Lise is also there too. Yeah. See, South Pacific might actually be the proper answer. See, I don't even think the Robin's, like, Amber storyline's actually that good. Like, it's the best thing about the season, but, like, it's still not even that great. Mind you, that's coming from someone that doesn't give a shit about, like, love in, like, love storylines on shows. Okay, I'm gonna die again. Cool. Yeah, Devin and Amanda are so boring. Like, I think one of the most boring teams I've seen. Especially that made it, like, far into the season. It really feels like they're there simply because they're, like, First Nations, and they want, like, reputation of that. Outside of that, they really bring nothing to the table. And I love how, like, on this season, they even had, like, a more interesting version of them in terms of, like, their, like, casting archetype of these, like, older, like, parents or whatever. Or not older, but, like, middle-aged parents. And the other one was, like, a lot more, I don't even remember their names anymore, but the second boots of the season, like, they were, like, so much more interesting. Oh my god, dude, can this, like, fight not be shit? Oh yeah, obviously Jared and Blue are better than Rob and Amber. I do find, like, the Rob and Amber storyline really funny, though, and how it's presented. Where it's like, it's even in moments where, like, it's not even, like, romantic, they play the romantic music. like even in moments where Buster Rob is like objectifying her, they still play the romantic music over it. It is funny. Yes, I have Nicole Franzel above all those players. Yeah, I love this song. Good one. See, that's the thing. We don't get to see the inner workings of how the Buster Rob and Amber relationship happens because it actually started before the season. Or like Rob and Amber were like already like pretty chummy before the season has started. And we're already like getting very close at Ponderosa pre-season.
Clive, thank the founder.
But I will say all the like romantic like the relationship focused storylines, I think it is probably one of the better ones. But still like not good enough for me. So like when that's the entire basis of the season, like that's still like not that good. Is Jared the Malcolm of Big Brother? In what way? Yeah, it's a funny confessional. Even in like his first confessional is like talking about why he wants to be in an alliance with Amber. It's like, isn't it obvious? Just look at her. I'm definitely, yeah, I obviously love Pigtails. What a great... I think the Pigtails storyline is like more entertaining to me than the Rob and Amber one. Right, and too far, that needs like out of game context for it though. But like, I think that is like really funny. The like the story of Vicky and Taylor. And how like it turns out that he like actually had a pregnant girlfriend at home. He's number 100. Let's see. Where is the ranking? Okay, it's not in any of the spreadsheets I have open right now. So let's go. There. I have Sheila from BB9. That's who's at number 100 right now. About Taylor and Figgy, I literally just said it. Do they bring it up in the reunion? I don't even remember any of the reunions from that point in Survivor. Okay, cool. Cool. That was just me being dumb. Will I ever sing for you? Probably not. Not intentionally. Be mind blown. Yeah, they're not winning.
It's now or never, Joshua.
How much research did I do? I did do some BB5 research. I did do some BB9 research. I did research for like specific like seasons that I didn't know that much like live feed information about. And like for certain players, like but even then, like I don't think I really like got that much out of it though. Like I don't think really like much of like many of my opinions like really changed from that research, but I did do some like looking up of like where like people like a Ryan or like a Sheila were like positioned. Drew, I moved Drew down. This is the last time I talked about Drew, but he's still relatively high. 17. So, like I mentioned before, like every winner I think is in the top 60. Maybe one isn't. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm just being an idiot again. There we go. See, I still don't fully understand why people love, like why, not people love, but like why like some people have Jessica Eubanks like so high on the player ranking. Like, is she one of the better players of BB8? Yes. Like, is she actually that good? Like, especially in comparison to the rest of the field? I don't think so. Yeah, is BB9 an underrated season? Yes, I would say so. Like, I get why people don't like it, especially people that are like super into strategy and everything. But I think it's a very like drama-filled season. While that drama like comes off very icky at points, it's still, again, there's a lot going on. Yeah, I believe it is Dick that is the lowest rated winner. Shelly in my top 9? No. Fun hypocritical. Lex says to Rob, you choose money over friendship. Yeah. Again, I'll talk about it in the video, but yeah, like obviously Lex is a massive hypocrite. And I understand, like, okay, his defense of it nowadays is that, oh, I never had an alliance with Ethan or whatever, while I had an alliance with Rob, but like, doesn't that kind of like further the point? Doesn't that like further your hypocrisy in the fact that you keep on talking about how it's all about friendship? When, like, the difference between the Ethan-Rob thing is the fact that you didn't have an alliance with Ethan. And even then, like, he had a pre-game alliance with Colby. So, like, that didn't really, like, change that much anyway. I did not watch the new Persona 3 trailer. I did see that it's $70, though, which that feels probably a bit too steep, but... Still, I mean, like, obviously I bought Last of Us Remake for $70, so it's like, it's not, like, actually that bad, but I was expecting it to probably be, like, $60. But then again, this is Atlas, so, I mean, yeah, whatever. Even then, I don't know if I'm going to buy it at launch. I feel like I have, like, too much stuff to play to buy it at launch, but we'll see. Yeah, Adam is a motivational speaker, so that's something. I don't know, did Karen make top 50? Karen is pretty high, but I don't know if she's 50. Let's see.
What now?
Actually, no, Karen is top 50. Okay, yeah. Karen is above a decent amount of winners.
This is drinking me.
She's above Dick. She's above Jordan, Rachel, Ian. I think that's it. But still, that's a decent amount of winners. I decided to not include Jenna Maraska on the player ranking. Just because I don't really know where she was in the game, and also, like, there really isn't anything on the show that really indicates where she was in the game. Like, I don't know, it's like, there's nothing to really assess from a game perspective for Jenna Maraska. Like, she wasn't really shown on the show from a game perspective. And it also just didn't seem to be in the game, really. She seemed to just be kind of, like, out of it for, like, half a run anyway. So I didn't put Jenna Maraska on. I did put Sue on. I believe Sue's at the very bottom. I believe that's why I did. Because I think Sue plays, like, that season, like, really bad. And, like, the thing is, like, I don't... And I again, I talk about this in the video, it's not out yet. But, like, I don't understand. Like, did Sue, like, not... Like... Did Sue assume that she had, like, such a big target on her back that she didn't try in the same way that Richard did? Like, that's what I wonder. Like, I don't know. Because, like, I don't understand why she doesn't try it. Like, did she just, like, not care? Did she just, like, come back for the sake of being on Survivor All-Stars? And, like, for the paycheck? Like, I really don't get, like, why she doesn't try at all. Because, like, you see her on Borneo, and, like, she plays, like, really hard on Borneo. Like, she's probably playing harder than even Rich on Borneo. Yet, for some reason, in All-Star, she doesn't even bother trying at all. So, I don't know. Danny Lowe? I mean... Like, no? I mean, we're talking about Danny Donato? She's higher than Dick.
Are you ready?
For whatever that's worth. Luke is top 10 winners. I do have him in the bottom 10. I mean, I think Sue pretty much disappeared right after the All-Stars. Like, I feel like I haven't seen anything, like her being in anything related to Survivor since, like, slightly after All Stars. Well, I mean, she was in Celebrity Makeover before, like, it was aired after All Stars, but it was filmed. Well, no, okay, wait. It was filmed after All Stars, before the reunion, but it aired after both. Is how Celebrity Makeover happened. Yeah, I've actually already recorded the All-Star player ranking. I also recorded the BB Can 2 player ranking as well. Because that's the kind of the funny thing, is that despite those videos not coming out until after the retrospectives, it's actually been a tradition for a while now that I record the player rankings before I make the retrospective. So yeah, I have recorded both of those. Yeah, All-Stars player ranking is pretty fucked, especially for the beginning of the list. Where it's a lot of, like, yeah, just jumbling around of placements. Towards the top, it gets a bit more, like, kind of obvious, I feel like. Actually, even then, not really, because, like, Lex and Kathy are pretty high, so... Yeah, I don't know. It is a bit of a weird list. Am I higher on Jenna Lewis? No. I think I'm the same on Jenna Lewis. I don't think anything really changed. By the way, I love how I'm just talking casually over me fighting Bahamut in the middle of space. I love all that thing. Yeah, Boss Ruff's number 1 by a lot. Yeah. Amber's number 2. I don't think that's surprising. I believe Jenna is 3. Or is it Lex? I don't remember anymore, actually. I actually recorded this like a week ago. Where is this? Like, I recorded it like immediately after my rewatch. No, okay, yeah, Jenna is 3. Then it's Lex and Kathy. Yeah, like the bottom is fucked. Like the bottom is just all over the place. Because obviously, like, all the early boots had, or like most of them, even, I mean, you can even include Rudy, I guess. Like, had these, like, pre-game, like, stigmas against them. That, like, makes it really tough to assess them. Like, I largely ended up, like, doing it based on, like, how much wrong I feel like they did. So, despite, like, I try to take, like, the threat level stuff out of it. For a lot of the earlier boots, and kind of just like assess it solely on like how they actually played while out there. Yeah, Lex is number 4. Lex is 4, Kathy's 5. By the way, that's something that I think I've, like, through the rewatch, I think I've definitely gone down on Kathy's All-Star game. Where, like, I think once you, like, take everything into context, like, think of, like, all the pre-game stuff that happened and like, how the game played out, like, I think she really ends up playing a lot of her season, like, for Lex and Rob. More so than, like, actually playing for herself. Like, particularly, like, Lex towards, like, at the very beginning of the game, and then a lot of it, see, like, with the decision to keep Amber around. Like, she's solely doing it because of her, like, friendship with Rob. Where, like, even Lex didn't even want to keep Amber. Like, that's a decision, like, solely on Kathy. And, like, Lex just could not convince Kathy to get rid of Amber. But yeah, it's like, when you look at, like, her, like, a lot of her moves, like, early on in the season, like, a lot of her decision-making there is, like, her not wanting to piss off Lex. So she just works alongside Lex. Because, again, their pregame relationship. But then, like, in the one instance where she actually, like, makes the move against, like, Lex's best interest, it's also against her own. You have Rupert 3. See, I don't have Rupert that high. Because I think Rupert is essentially in this, like, non-winning position the entire season. Like, he essentially is in this position where he actively knows he's 4th and doesn't do anything about it. And like the one time he finally decides to try to do something, he like fails to pull over Big Tom. Also, Big Tom is relatively low. That's also the weird thing too, is that like a lot of these people that make it like very, very deep, like you got Rupert, Kathy, or no, Rupert, Tom, and Alicia. I mean, like those three all like do nothing despite like having these like obvious signs that they're on the bottom. I stand by Rob beating Jenna. I think I'm actually more solidified on that after the rewatch. Like listening to Kathy talk about like her decision and everything, I think 100%. I think she votes for Rob over Jenna. Especially considering there's literally a confessional on the season of her talking about how much she hates Jenna. So yeah, I feel pretty solidified that Rob beats Jenna at this point. I also think Jenna beats Amber though, which I've always talked about too. Was there any possibility Jenna goes to Rocks? I think there was like possibilities, but I think also a large reason why she doesn't. Well, I think there's a couple reasons why she doesn't. I think it's one because she's under the assumption that she wins if she gets to the final three. Now, if she does vote out Rupert, all she needs to do is win final immunity and she's won the game, which isn't even like 100% true. And like again, it's fine. Like to us, that would have been the best outcome this season to me. I think even better than Rob and Amber getting the final two together. I think it would have been if Jenna had one final immunity, taken Boston Rob, and then lost the game. I think that would have been even funnier. But also, we don't even know if they actually were going to Rocks though. Like that's the weird thing, is that like they were under the assumption they would go to Rocks, but like they were never actually told that they would go to Rocks. Like for all we know, that they like by that point they had already changed the format for the tiebreaker, but we don't know though. Like we don't really have any like solid answer on what exactly they would have done. To where they just assumed they would go to Rocks because that's what happened on Marquesas. Hey, I have Jenna above Rupert still, just because like thing is also Rupert's like largely like attached to that alliance because of Jenna. Like because the reason why Rob and Amber work with Jenna is because they have a pregame relationship with Jenna, and they were like really close to Jenna preseason. To where that's why Rupert gets lumped into that alliance, is because like Rupert's with Jenna because they came from Saboga. But yeah, again, Big Tom should not be that high. Like Big Tom, like I think plays that season terribly. The rest of the list is fine though. I actually think Rob C is probably too high. Where I think for my list, I think I end up going with Tina above Rob C and Rich. Where my issue with Rob C is like the fact that he just lacks so much awareness on that season. To where, like, obviously you have like Richard coming into the season, like 100% knowing, okay, I have no chance, so why even try? Which at least like shows some level of awareness. Rob comes into the season like not even thinking he has a target on his back for some reason. And actually, I talked about this too. Is something that I never even thought of until I was actually like literally in the middle of recording the retrospective. Is that I think 100% they put together these tribes, not even factoring in the aspect of threat levels and everything. Like the sense that I get is that I don't think production even thought that through. Like I don't even think production even thought about the concept that the winners are going to be taken out because they're winners. Like I think like based on the way the tribes are like set up, I think they spent like so much time like focusing on like splitting up like certain people's relationships, while like completely neglecting like the entire concept of threat levels. Last I checked, Tyson isn't staying anymore, but I've been streaming, so I don't fully know, but I doubt it. I feel like if it was happening, it would have been mentioned in chat, but it almost happened. It's good for him. To be honest, that might actually bump him up on the player ranking. The fact that he actually came close to staying. It was due to his own work. Like, he actually, like, did genuinely convince Felicia and Suri to flip.
Joshua! Clive!
Yeah, I'm actually seeing these updates. Yeah, it looks like 100%. Heisem's still gone. I mean, like, the only move on the Stockwatch is Suri. And that's the thing that's, like, annoying about the Stockwatch this season, is that really the move was going Suri week 1, stick on Suri the entire time. Which, yeah, it's just kind of lame. I think it's just boring. But that is the move if you're trying to win.
I never dared hope that I would see.
I don't remember where Austin is on the player ranking. Let's see. He is 11 out of 16. He's essentially like, yeah, he's at his placement. I do find it funny though, looking at the power ranking I do, like after every episode, he's literally at the bottom the entire season. So he's like most of the season's like just completely dunking on him. Well, I forgot I had Burton so low. I'm looking at this Pro Islands player ranking. It is funny. I forgot I had Burton so low. But to be fair, that's pretty apt considering my rewatch of Pro Islands. So I have a middle part post the pickup videos? What do you mean? Was Corey, I guess probably Corey, because he did go up from a 7 to an 8, right? But I get Corey's going, like, the thing is, one, Corey should not have even gotten up to an 8 to begin with. But also Corey's going down, though. Like, that's not staying. Yeah, we talked about this at the beginning of the stream. I've watched the first, like, what, 5 cycles of Spherical Back. Here we go. Super long cutscene.
It is done. The demon that would tear
My hairstyle change post pickup videos? Not really. Well, which pickup videos are you watching? Is the... I don't remember what my hairstyle was like on the pickup channel. Because again, that was like 10 years ago. Let's see.
The Mother Crystal. It's collapsing.
Right. We need to leave.
It's pretty much the same since the latest one of those. Yeah, pretty much. I'm kind of like just whatever on Survivor Quebec. It's like it's fine. It's not that good. It's not that bad.
Fine.
I'm expecting it to get better. Like I think there are like interesting storylines set up. It's just that like nothing's really happened with them yet. You're alone, Corey, but I generally think he could convince Jared to take him to Final 3 instead of Izzy. I don't think so at all. Well, actually, no, over Izzy, yeah, but like he's not getting that far to begin with, though. Like I think that's the issue. Like the thing is, like Jared is more preoccupied with Blue than he is on Corey at this point. Like I think there's more of a chance of Blue being Final 3 with them than Corey. Hey, I don't like. I think Corey's game is going downhill at this point. Like I think he's lost a lot of his like, a lot of his like social capital in the game at this point. To where it's like it feels like Suri is like really solidified things up to where like because like Corey's always been in this position where like he needed to build up the troops to eventually take out Suri. However, we're kind of at the point now where like everyone is with Suri and the people that aren't are being immediately targeted. So unless there's like a major change moving forward, then I don't expect Corey to be able to make any real inroads.
I am here to save you, Father.
Save me?
But where are these lists? So I already copied over to Idle Play 1. Golden Age players? Is that what we're considering the Golden Age?
Annabella.
No, I think that's just too many people for like one draft. But I think we can play around with like season drafts though, like mixing in certain seasons. And 3-time players. And we've technically done every returning player, but I guess this is just a smaller scale version of that. How many people are on this though? Only 30? No, that's not like enough people. I mean, it is like depending on the amount of people in draft, but it has to be like less than 10 people drafting, I feel like. Should I go to rocks for my kid? I don't know. I just want, like, I'm on a blood versus water season and everything, and probably. I mean, basically, it's an instance where I think it's the thing that people need to recognize when it comes to like being on the show with like your child or with your like significant other or whatever. It's like you're not playing for yourself. You're playing for your like you as a duo. Like what gives you like as a duo the best odds of getting money at the end. As it's like at the end of the day, it's like you're more than likely going to share the money anyway. So like all that really matters is like getting one of you to money. So like unless it's a situation, but I still like what is the situation that like not going to rocks would be beneficial.
Sweeps in to claim all that we hold dear. Our people look to
I think it's like tough to think of a situation where it would be like actually in your best interest to go to rock or to not go to rocks.
To seize what is left of the twins for himself, even if it should come at the cost of everything.
Let's actually look at the projections, I guess, for the stock watch because I haven't bothered looking. But what Suri stays at 7. I think like she should still go up a decent chunk at this point in the season. I mean, eventually it's not going to be that much. Yeah, 20% if she stays the same. If she goes down, she's only 5%, which is interesting. Yeah, Felicia would be a safer buy. To be fair, Felicia might actually just be the outright better buy because Felicia's also cheaper. Yeah, love how I'm talking over the scene. But, yeah, actually, now I'm looking at it, maybe Felicia is the better buy. But yeah, we talked about this a lot earlier. I think it's looking very likely that Suri makes it at least to the very end of the game at this point. Now, where would I be at, like, if I bought nothing but Felicia stock? And that might end up being what I do. Just buy Felicia stock then. Because why not? Who else is a good buy this week, though? Because I still have $3 left over. Not really anybody. Like, is Blue... Like, Blue could potentially go up. I'm like, not by much. She only need to go to a 4, though, to get 6%.
And now Muthos approaches. Put him to the proof. I would see if he breaks.
Like Bowie, is Bowie going up? Probably not by that much.
Go, Bahamut.
Again, I think Izzy should go up, but I don't think she actually will. Oh, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Captain Simon? I thought he did interesting. I think, like, out of the early boots, I think he was definitely the most interesting. I think really outside that, like, the early boots are just kind of bland in the fact that it's, like, a lot of just voting out the, like, the older people or, like, the people that you wouldn't expect to do well in a typical season of Survivor. But I think Simon's the only one that is, like, a little bit surprising. By Heisem stock, that would be funny. No, Heisem's... Oh, is Cameron going home soon? Probably. I think within like 3 weeks or so.
Take my hand.
Which Zach tweet is this? Oh yeah, I did see this, yeah. This was funny. And then, like, they got into a back and forth, right?
Get away from me!
It's Big D,
Just a dream, just a bad dream.
talked about how like he got more airtime, but then Zach said that I got as many jury votes or whatever.
Take me, Shadow. You will not take me.
Yeah. I think Martin's bad. I don't think he's like. I think he's like the worst player of the season, but like I don't think he's like I don't know, all-time bad necessarily. I love how Cameron got like people that bought Cameron actually got money this week. Oh no, Annabella killed herself. What a shame. I'm still conflicted on how I feel about how they handled this. But whatever. Do I really want to put my money on blue? Like my extra money on blue? Or is it better if I like I think I figured out what I'm doing. My 29 Felicia stocks and 3 Cerise stocks. I guess that's what I'm doing. There we go. Did I see the video of Zach Rand saying the N-word? No, but that wouldn't surprise me. Yes, Google Docs says access denied.
Consciousness that blurs the boundary.
I think Blue could move up just because she's probably not going anywhere. I think like the more and more her relationship with Jared progresses, I think she will kind of get lumped in with that side of the side of things. I think the Challenge USA has been pretty good. Like I've actually been really enjoying Challenge USA this season. Like, I mentioned this earlier. I think this is the best season since All Stars 2. Saw a fan-made Survivor Series that a YouTuber made with The Sims. Did a player ranking on them. Why? And to be fair, I guess it's like, I don't know. Is that different than like me doing like a Survivor Michigan player ranking? Which to be fair, I haven't even done that, but like I would be up to doing that.
Don't you want to play? It's been a long time.
If that is your wish.
And the boots so far, like they're mostly in boot order.
You are as meek as the others.
Yeah, it's pretty much boot order for my ranking of them. Like for the first 5 boots. Another nude scene! Thank God. Gotta have more nude scenes in Final Fantasy 16.
Gifted the power of icons, yet slaves to fickle emotions which usher you to your doom.
See, I don't have Simon that high because I feel like Simon also like, I don't know, kind of like fucked it up for himself. It's like there was like a moment where it seemed like he was doing well, where like he built this like bottomless Sango and he like tried to pull other people in, but then like it just doesn't happen and gets taken out unanimously. I'll say the fact that he gets voted out unanimously was a bit of a surprise to me.
Soon, Muthos shall become our.
Simply not eliminated. I mean, like we've seen it before in Australian Survivor. It's nothing really new. I was a little bit surprised at seeing it happen. So this is the thing. So I know that someone like that wins the game is someone that comes back to the game, but like that's post-merge, right? Actually, isn't that a thing? Like someone mentioned, like I think like there's a post-merge Redemption Island, right? That's a thing on this season for some reason. That's only post-merge. Yeah, that's stupid. Like you're literally like putting in Redemption Island for the worst part of the season. Like if anything, you should be doing Redemption Island for the pre-merge, not for the post-merge.
But while he yet clings to it, he has the power to forge bonds anew. And so we bid you.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like Simon like fucked it out for himself, though.
Sever everyone.
So it's like, yeah, but like the thing is, like Isabella though was being taken out not because Isabella like necessarily played poorly, but just because she's the archetype of the person you would vote out first, of being this like older woman who is looked at as physically weak. Where like I don't think Isabel does much like actively wrong. Where like Simon does like a lot actively wrong.
Our vessel remains unclaimed by humanity.
It shall be done, Master. My will is yours.
I think like Sylvain's probably like the second best character on the season, maybe. Yeah, I think Joel's number one by a lot. Kristoff is fun like when he's there. He's just not present as much. Yeah, I feel like those are like the main standouts from like a pure character perspective. See, I have been keeping a power ranking for Star Quebec. Yeah, see, this is the thing. Like, I think 100% Tiaga is the complex tribe, right? Like, I think 100%, like, they are the tribe that's given the most complexity. They are the ones that are given the most screen time. However, like, if I'm going based on, like, individual edit, the person who I have number one right now is Nicholas. And he's been number one for kind of a bit. Like, it's really been, like, he's been, like, jumping all around, but, yeah, essentially since the Isabella boot, so, like, a good, like, 6 episodes, he's been number one. Or 7 episodes.
How is your brother?
And, like, he was number one, like, earlier on in the season as well. But, like, I feel like we were getting, like, a lot of, like, even though he's not, like, the most present person on the show, like, he's someone that is, like, getting, like, sprinkles of content. Like, at points where, like, why is he even being shown? And then also, like, him, like, coming out. That was, like, brought up as, like, a big, like, moment earlier on. He, what was the other? There was another moment. Like, this or, like, an episode or two from where I'm at. Like, he talks about how he's not being tricked by, Dennis or Denise or whatever the fuck his name is.
Every mountain we climb.
But yeah, like he like gets these like little moments that feel like they're like actively going out of their way to show him in a positive light, both from like a personal standpoint and from a game standpoint. Yeah, like outside of him, I think the rest of the top contenders are from Tiaga, like Joel, Jean Jr. I had Kristoff pretty high for a while. I feel like at this point he's like kind of becoming less present on the show to where I dropped him. Same thing as Sango. Sango was pretty high for a while for the first few episodes, and they kind of just dropped off on him. Is it just Dennis? Okay, well, I guess Dennis.
I'll be happy if I disturb Joshua.
Yeah, I could just call him JJ. And then same thing with Pierre, Alexandre. Like, they just call him PA, right?
Did you see the pair that got hauled into time?
Best character of Caliban? Couldn't tell you. It was the best character there. I mean, like, Sylvain when he was there, but he's not there anymore. So, like, currently... none of them, like, really stick out as characters. Maurice is dry as a character, yeah. Like, she's someone that's, like, pretty present. But yeah, like, she doesn't really, like, stand out character-wise. Same thing with Denise. Like, he's pretty present. He's playing the game, but he's not, like, standing out as a character, necessarily. Justine has, like, a kind of an interesting arc so far. Where she seemed to be this, like, consensus early boot, and then is now, like, kind of finding her spot in the game.
Oh, she's just fine.
Karine is fine. Martine, like, had, like, a little funny moment earlier on, but, like, really hasn't been that present since then. According to America, 100% going to pull DX Sinclair. I could see that. I don't know. I think, like, Corey has voiced, like, a lot that he doesn't want to be with someone, like, much older than him. Actually, really, I could see America and Jag. Probably more so than America and Corey. Where I think America and Corey is kind of like the DX and Hannah. of like the one that everyone's like shipping during the season. Then the actual relationship that happens like in the jury is like America and Jag. I could see that more so.
I suppose not.
I see that
Nope, didn't mean to do that.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable
Total
catastrophe?
Drawn player ranking or hottest
Not that you are
survivor.
to blame for
I would
the
actually
Union's
probably
failure.
rather do a hottest survivor player
No one could
video.
have predicted the actions of the Crown
Which one would I
Prince.
actually do more so? I'm not really sure, as I don't really want to do a hottest survivor video, but I would like I don't want to, as in like I don't want that to be a video that I release. But I would rather like put that video together than a total drama player ranking.
I hope so.
Look at us.
Oh, it's like a really like small channel too.
Tempting though it may be,
That's
sulking will not help us find a
interesting.
solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Wait, how they like when they started this like heroes or villains thing in like 4 years ago, and like they're still releasing episodes as of like a few days ago. Like they've really been doing this all that time?
Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt.
I could not give a shit enough to do a total drama contestant draft.
Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing.
Is it interesting? There's not even a game. There's not even a real game for total drama.
Cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the
Nicholas is fine, but I don't think he really stands out like character-wise.
Yet I fear a swift end is more than
Like I don't think he's like really said anything like too witty. So I will say I am struggling a lot with like keeping up with things at points. Where I think the tough thing of the version that I'm watching is that like the subtitles are like auto-generated, so like you can kind of so like initially they come up with the French and then it like just generates like a second later, and like things are scrolling by so quick that I feel like I am missing a lot. So I do feel like it's like definitely a lot tougher to like follow every little thing than expected. But
Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off storm. The world, in short.
Later season took forever to finish. It's like it's just weird that you're still doing it after that long, though. Corey Warrenberg's gonna steal your girl. America's your girl? Well, that's something. I will say, if I were to pick someone from this cast, I would probably pick America. But
not my best flourish, but it's
you're not worried about the age difference. You're not like Corey. You're not wanting to date someone much older than you, as in like I mean for Zach it's like 6 years, right? Which like to be fair, it is definitely a decent age difference, especially when he's 21. You're like not even out of college.
Is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the king of Waloed deign to invade,
Singo's had an inconsistent edit. Kristoff like gives me like Cody vibes, Cody from 43 vibes. And like I feel like there's like moments that he's like looking pretty good, but then there's a lot of like other Dodo-ish moments. How old is Lauren O'Connell nowadays, anyway? I just realized that. I think Lauren O'Connell is, like, pretty much that age, too, isn't she? So I guess that's never really been an issue for Bryce. So she's probably, like, 26 or something, right? Yeah. About to turn 27. What do you mean, why isn't CBS show Survivor? What does that even mean?
Is a storm coming soon?
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
I'm sure that's definitely happened. But yeah, we're gonna see Sean Edwards finally. We're gonna actually know anything about him, because I don't feel like I even know anything about him as of right now.
And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament.
Oh yeah, it's Hairboy. Yeah, Hairboy's here.
But I dare say
I would choose Alyssa Snyder over Lopez. But yeah, they're both not bad.
I think they're connected.
Looks like a bird. What does that even mean? Thoughts on Sadrine? She's fine. She's also like really unredded, it feels like. But like they've also like bothered to like show her relationship with America. To where it's like it's not like a completely like nothing edit. And like she does seem to have like a high energy and stuff, which is like fine, but still like definitely underedited.
Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler,
you made a fan page for him? Well, good for that. Good for him, I should say.
You will forgive me, I hope.
We're not doing a hot women draft.
There is nothing to forgive.
At least not yet, I guess. Was important ranking? Oh, toppings?
Perhaps Otto will be more
I mean, we can add this to the potential drafts at some point. You know, I don't really have strong opinions on pizza toppings. Wait, how do you... Do I really have to go to the end of the thing? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. That's part of it. Oh, fuck. I have to Okay, I'm an idiot. I'm logged in the wrong account. That's why. Why it won't let me add I'm trying to re-log in. Maybe right. Yeah, most of the time I just get pepperoni and sausage. That's typically what I do. Alright, there we go. Now I'm on the right account. Yeah, let's add toppings. Or pizza toppings. There we go. So, I don't know. We'll maybe do that at some point. What am I doing here? Wait, why did I start a side quest? I'm Hairboy's banned, right? I'm pretty sure I banned Hairboy. So even if Hairboy wanted to be here, he couldn't even be here.
Clive, we have a problem.
I don't know why you keep on asking what'd Sylvan do to get voted out. It's like, who cares? Really? I don't know, he was just too big of a threat. Like, he was like close to Maurice, right? They want him out because of that.
Talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
But yeah, I did feel like it came off like very abrupt, right? Where like I feel like it wasn't even properly explained like in the episode that he gets voted out. Because like it was explained like the following episode, but I don't think they like really explained it that well on like the episode it happened. Yeah, was it explained? That's what I thought. That's why I was surprised when like the first like Sylvan vote came out, and I was like, wait, what? When this happened? But like I chalked it up to like, okay, I might have just missed it because of like the language barrier and everything. Cookie types but didn't have enough. I mean, yeah, how many cookie types are there? You got well like sugar, chocolate chip, oatmeal, peanut butter, Heath, white chocolate, right? Yeah, I don't even know what other ones are. Is that his name? Is that the host of Survivor Quebec? I don't even know the name of the host of Survivor Quebec. But I don't know, he's fine. Yeah, he's a French person, or a person that speaks in French. What am I doing here? Oh, I have to fucking go to Martha's Rest. Hey, the only thing, I mean, it's Survivor SA's theme, which is the funny thing. Like, you could definitely tell that it's the same production company that makes Survivor SA, because it is. Because like they use the exact same. Well, when the logo is the same as the modern SA logo, the music that they use for the intro is the same music. Yeah, like you definitely tell.
Lord.
That's by what, Benjali? Is that what their name is?
There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've
It's
taken
not
somebody.
Benjali. What's the name of that? Ben, but it's Bond something, right? Like, whatever the fucking name that production company is.
Ultimate thralls.
Can't use the C for Cox.
Oh, no.
Oh, why not?
Went to the
Anyway,
garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
I enjoy Jeff Probst more, but I could definitely see the argument for Orisa. They were a showman's draft. I don't give a shit about any of them. I didn't bother watching the after show. It really bothers me they include that as part of the season. As like, Obanajay? Is that what it is? Whatever, fuck it is. I knew it was sort of a B, and had a Y. I forgot shortbread cookies were a thing. Yeah, Snickerdoodle, that is a thing. Yeah, I really, like, I don't know what else to add to that.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days.
I know my little grocery store has s'mores cookies at points. Those are pretty good. They don't have them that often.
And protect them I shall, because they are my
But yeah, there definitely isn't enough cookie types to do giraffe.
In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are...
Yeah, it's just Benjali is literally the name of a language, isn't it?
So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as
Or is it
they
Bengali?
or
Okay, it's
take it up
Bengali.
and do what is right.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, language spoken in India and Bangladesh.
This here. It's all we have. It's all that's left.
Yeah, Banajay is what I'm thinking of. French multinational television production, whatever. Yeah, they're also the company that's doing the
Talk about this over a drink, eh?
the Survivor video game. Which, yeah, that's only like what, a little bit over a month from now. So that's something. It's really annoying that's like that Assassin's Creed Mirage upped its release date to where like that's coming out only 2 days after Survivor video game.
I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly, and sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
Yeah, we haven't done international seasons. That is definitely something to do.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
I enjoy 41 through 44 more than Quebec.
And perhaps they did.
Jeff Probst's hottest season? What do you mean? Like the season that he was the hottest in? I don't fucking know. Okay, where am I going? It's for Africa Japan's better season than Kagyan. I'm sure it is. Episode 4 of Quebec's fucked. I don't like it at all. Like, to be fair, like, if it was, like, pieced together, it's not that different from Australian Survivor. Where essentially it's, like, one 1-hour episode, and then it's, like, 4 30-minute episodes, for, like, one round of gameplay.
We just passed more when...
To where when, like, mixing it all together, it's, like, I'm pretty sure it's pretty much the equivalent of, like, 2 episodes of AU, anyway. Considering the like 1-hour episode is longer than the shorter AU episode, but the 2-hour like combined like of the 4 episodes is like longer than the typical longer AU episode, but either way, it's like I really don't like the format personally. Oh, I understand it's the quarterback format. I just think it's shit. But it's what it is.
Leave that to us.
At least we have an idea of where the
Africa Panama seemed to have a decent winner from we saw the reunion. Oh, that's something. I believe based on the voting chart, it's like a decent winner, right? It's like one that's like at least in the know for the entire season, I believe. So at least that's something. What happened to Hair Boy? What do you think? You obviously know what happened to Hair Boy.
It was all they could do to escape. They just left the bodies there in the flood.
I already said that. I mean, Martin, was that his name? The first boot? That's the person at the bottom. Yeah, Martin. Corey pitched Final 2 of America? How is he not already? But yeah. More dominating Kim, I'm sure. I'm sure she was. Oh, I forgot that is a thing. That yeah, the winner passed away, right? Like she wasn't even that old, right? Why does everyone think you're him? I wonder why. I really wonder why. It's really a mystery.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me.
Thoughts on Chris and JJ bromance? I mean, they're fine. They're not even on the show. Like, them together are not even on the show that much. Where, like, I feel like I haven't seen them together, like, actually interacting, like, since that, like, one scene of them, like, confronting Joel when he's, like, looking for the idol or whatever. Like, I feel like JJ's gotten, like, a lot of content on his own. But, like, they really haven't had, like, that much content together.
Save your strength.
I feel like that's probably not true of Lorna O'Connor. That's just a guess of mine. I'm surprised that didn't get blocked by the auto mod. Yeah, again, straight up, I would probably block Bryce if it was the fact that I do find it, like, kind of humorous. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. That, Andrea was into Xander when he was 11. I mean, the current person on the bottom of the player ranking as you're watching it and who's going home now. What, I mean, like... What do you mean? Martin is at the bottom. Oh, you mean like who's like left? Like out of the people left in the game, who's at the bottom? Is that what you're saying? I don't even remember who is at the bottom. Oh, it's Pierre Alexander because he's not even in the fucking show. Like he's barely there. He's at the bottom, then Kimberly, because pretty much the same thing. Yeah, top is what? Nicholas, Joel, JJ, Kareen, Marika, Maurice, Kristoff. Which maybe I dropped Kristoff a bit too low. I don't know. Sango, Sylvain, Sandrine, Justine, Dennis, Martine, Kimberly, PA. That's the current power ranking. Who's a lock pre-merge? I don't know if anyone's like a lock pre-merge necessarily. Like I think like there's a world where like a lot of these people are still pre-merge. Especially because like again, I'm pretty sure there's a swap, right? So it's like who really knows what happens to the swap? I will say, I think I'm spoiled in the fact that Kimberly makes top 11. I think I did see that. Because I did do like a brief search for seeing if someone else had a confessional count up there, and through that I ended up seeing like someone's like player rank or power ranking at the final 11, which like I didn't see any other placement, but I did see Kimberly at the very bottom. So yeah, I think I did get spoiled on that, but like that's still like a relatively minor thing. Name the YouTubers who voiced over Minecraft Story Mode Episode 6. I don't fucking know. I never once thought about Minecraft Story Mode Episode 6 since I've played it. Would I vote you out even though I'm a number 6 fan? Yes. I'll probably vote you off even if you're my number 1 fan. No, Stars on Mars finale is this upcoming week. She's in the final 5, is it? Oh yeah, I think she'll probably end up winning. Where it feels like if anyone's getting a winner at it, I feel like it's her. Considering I feel like she's been like, she's like getting this like a lot of unnecessary content, and like people like propping her up. Even though we're not like really being shown why they're propping her up, so like I feel like she's the winner, but we'll see.
There are always more.
I don't think Joel. Like I think Joel. Like Joel definitely has potential of being booted soon. I think more than likely he's like a mid-merge boot or something. I doubt he can win the game. I like based on edit, I think he's like definitely a top contender. Because like he kind of has this like perfect mix of like strategic content and like personal content, but also he is like the highest confessional getter by a lot.
You have the town's
like I think he has like 15 more confessionals than the second place person at this point. So yeah, I think it's like, I think they're obviously showing a lot of him because he is a big character, but I don't think he necessarily wins. Thoughts on A&W? I think it's bad, but it is what it is. Yeah, I think this is going to turn out even worse than I expected, to be honest. Where like I was expecting, okay, well then like because they're the top 24 are going to move on no matter what from stage 1. I was like, okay, well we're probably going to get 24 clears anyway. Like it's not going to affect anything. But the way it's been going, it's like, oh, we're not even going to get 24 clears. So there's going to be a lot of people moving on to stage 2 that didn't even clear stage 1. That's going to be shit. Also, stage 1 is just really boring. They literally kept the exact same course as last time, except for adding in the Gambler, which is a really fucking boring, slow obstacle. And then they have, Thread the Needle, which is essentially just the same as every other, like, final obstacle we've had. So, like, the entire stage 1 is just mostly the same. But
it has solved one.
But yeah, it's kind of shit. And,
thank you again, Clive.
I haven't recorded that part of the video yet. I'm probably gonna wait until next episode because like I'm just gonna wait until stage 1 is done to record my thoughts on stage 1. But yeah, the season's kind of bad. If I'm a secret Bachelor superfan, I mean obviously. To be honest, I don't know if I can name more than one person from The Bachelor. I can name Corinne. I know she's Corinne Olympos, something like that. Like she's on House of Villains, but even then, before that, I knew who she was. Outside of that, oh no, Hannah Brown is a person, right? She won like Dancing with the Stars or something. I feel like I remember that. Wait, was it Dancing with the Stars or was it Special Forces? World's Toughest Test. Spoiler for that show. A Bachelor person won that season too, right? Was it the person I'm thinking of? Yeah, it was Hannah Brown that won that. Oh, she also... Oh, because she's the... Oh, no, she was on... No, yeah, she won Dance with the Stars also. Okay. So she was both. So there we go. Yeah, that's pretty much it, though. That's the only people I remember, I think. Why aren't Corinne and Randy? Because I think they only wanted like one representation of each show, if I were to guess. They were like, well, we got to get Johnny Fairplay. I'm excited for House of Villains. I think that should be fun. I don't know what the game is. I wouldn't be surprised if the game's like completely shit, but it should at least be like fun to see all these like personalities on one show.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you.
Oh yeah, Ari is a person. That is a person I definitely didn't forget. That was on the traders.
Those skies are what happened. Not long after
Like legitimately, who else could I actually mention? I know there's the guy that competed on A&W, like the guy that actually like one of the few like married couples. Ryan like Sutter or something like that. Is that his name? Wow, that actually was his name. What the fuck? I actually remembered that. Okay, yeah. Ryan Sutter is a person.
Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest.
Was he only on one season of A&W? I assumed he was on more. Either way.
We're on our way.
Josh Murray from Champs vs. I have no memory of Josh Murray from Champs vs. Who is he?
Do you
Let's
think there are
see.
as many as Martha says?
I barely remember this person. Yeah, I do not remember this person. Can you tell everyone that Bryce isn't here, boy? I mean, I would if it was true. I think Ubisoft finally figured out open worlds of Valhalla. Obviously, they did. I think the density of Valhalla's world is amazing and fun. Yep, okay. Yeah, cool. Awesome. It is fun. And it's like so funny looking at like the Assassin's Creed Reddit and how much people like actually genuinely love Assassin's Creed. Like modern Assassin's Creed. He's like, I just don't understand how people care. But yeah, everyone's different. Was there a Bachelor Persona challenge? I don't even remember. There probably was, for all I know. Let's see. Challenge. Oh, it wasn't the Bachelor Canada. Isn't that the